Apparently, some civil servants have been told to refer to their Christmas parties as things like end-of-year celebrations, festive celebrations. One organisation was being told apparently that they had to find a restaurant that didn't serve alcohol in order not to offend someone who is sober. This is all apparently in a big drive to kind of push the diversity and inclusion agenda. I have to say, I think it's bonkers. If you're offended by Christmas or anything like that, don't go to a Christmas party. This is not difficult. Henry, where do you stand on it?
When I read this story, my heart went out to whoever the poor civil servant was who doesn't drink on that team, because in my experience, they will almost certainly not have asked for this. I was teetotal for about 7 years, and I can think of nothing that would actually be more likely to make things awkward between me and my colleagues than if the Christmas party was ruined on my account. And I think most people, if they don't drink or they don't celebrate Christmas, they're still perfectly happy to go to something where people are drinking or what that's called a Christmas party. And then of the people who aren't, most of those would just not go. It's a tiny minority of people who would actually complain, and I don't think that we should be pandering to them. In fairness, it doesn't look, this wasn't an edict from the top of the civil service. What it looks like, and this is so often what happens, it's individual HR departments at different sections and different teams giving out different advice, confusing advice, and I think it's important that we push back on it.
Yeah, I think we should push back. I think it's pathetic. I think it's a waste of time. I think these civil servant bosses, whoever they are, however many of them are, they should have better things to do, quite frankly, with their time than this. Peter, where are you on it?
Well, I don't think it's an example of inclusion. I think it's something that's either Orwellian or Cromwellian to ban things, and banning Christmas is not the answer. But I'd make a broader point as well, which is I'm a Christian and I live in East London, one of the most diverse parts of the country, and I've never met anyone of any faith who's offended by Christmas, just like I'm not offended by Muslim or Hindu colleagues bringing in sweets to work for festivals like Eid Mubarak or Diwali. It's a merit and a positive part of whatever you want to call it, diversity, multi-faith, or just being a nation of many, that we enjoy each other's celebrations. And I just don't accept the idea that there's one person in the civil service who's saying we've got to pander to a particular group. No faith group is offended by another faith group having a celebration.
Do you know what I put this down to? All of these kind of diversity and inclusion chiefs that are earning a decent whack got to justify their existence. They've got to get there at the end of the year and they say, look, boss, look at what I achieved. I did all of this to make this organisation so much more inclusive. The Christmas party is now called an end-of-year gathering. So now she can come because she's not comfortable being around alcohol. But look what I did. I transformed it and I moved it over to this sober restaurant over there. So tick points to me. I think it's absolutely absurd.